Which wood glue is actually the strongest? With so many brands out there, it's time to find out. Today, I'm pushing these joints to over 2,000 pounds. One of them completely failed. I'm not just trusting the label, I want real data-driven proof. So I've built a custom rig to push these glues to the limit and see which one comes out on top. Let's kick things off with the cheapest glue I could find at the hardware store. This is the kind of glue that's always sitting on the bottom shelf, usually with a bright sticker promising value or budget-friendly. It's the bottle you might toss in your cart without a second thought, especially if you're just looking to fix something minor around the house. This is the kind you grab for a quick repair or a simple project, maybe gluing a loose chair leg or patching up a kid's craft. It's cheap, it's everywhere, and it promises to get the job done, at least for the basics. The glue's on, the joint is clamped, and it's cured for 24 hours. I made sure to follow the instructions exactly, giving it every chance to perform at its best. No shortcuts here, just a fair test. Into the press it goes. This is where we see what it's really made of. The pressure climbs. 100, 300, 500 pounds. The numbers tick up steadily, and I'm honestly surprised at how well it's holding so far. There's some creaking, but the joint is holding. You can hear the wood start to protest, but the glue isn't giving up just yet. 700, 900, 1,000 pounds. Better than I expected for something so inexpensive. It's actually putting up a fight. But at 1,100 pounds, I hear a crackle. That's the warning sign that things are about to go south. The wood fibers start to separate and the joint flexes. The glue line is starting to give way, and you can see the stress building up. This is the danger zone for cheap glue. It's hanging on by a thread, but you know it won't last much longer. And there it is. The joint splits along the glue line. The failure is sudden, and the break is clean right where the glue was. The glue left a brittle residue and didn't soak in far. It sat mostly on the surface, which explains why it couldn't hold up under real stress. Honestly, this is probably enough for a lightweight shelf or craft project, something that won't see much weight or abuse. For quick fixes, it's fine. Cheap glue isn't about ultimate strength, it's about cost and convenience. If you're on a budget or just need something temporary, it makes sense. But if you need to hold real weight, you'll want something stronger. For furniture, shelving, or anything that takes a beating, this just won't cut it. For basic projects, it works, but it couldn't get close to 2,000 pounds. That's a big gap if you care about durability. That's our baseline, what you get from a bargain bottle. It sets the standard for what cheap really means in terms of performance. If you want your project to withstand serious pressure, don't bet on this glue. It's just not built for heavy-duty jobs, and you'll end up disappointed if you push it too far. Let's see if spending a little more actually buys you more strength. Is it worth upgrading, or is cheap glue good enough for most jobs? Next up, the mid-range glue. Let's find out how it stacks up against our bargain baseline. Now, we're stepping up to the mid-range glue. This is where things start to get interesting. We're leaving behind the bargain bin and moving into territory where the price tag promises better performance and reliability. At about 3 times the price of the cheap stuff, you're definitely paying more, but the question is, are you getting what you pay for? Marketed as professional strength, this glue claims to be waterproof, heat-resistant, and even stronger than the wood itself. The packaging is bold, promising a bond that can stand up to the toughest jobs, whether you're building cabinets or repairing a chair. To keep things fair, I've prepped an identical joint and let it cure for the same amount of time as before. The wood, the cut, and the clamping pressure are all matched, so the only variable here is the glue. Now, it's time for the real test. Into the press it goes, ready to face some serious pressure. The numbers start to climb, 200, 500, 800 pounds. The joint doesn't even flinch. At 1,000 pounds, it's still rock solid, showing no signs of weakness. 1,200, 1,300. The wood itself starts to groan under the strain, but the glue line remains perfectly intact, holding everything together. At 1,500 pounds, you can feel the tension in the room. Everyone's watching the gauge, waiting to see what will give first. the glue, or the wood. The hydraulic press is working overtime, but the joint still holds strong. It's impressive to see just how much force this glue can withstand. 1,600, 1,700, and finally, at 1,800 pounds, there's a sharp, unmistakable crack. This time, it's not the glue that fails. The wood itself starts to split apart, fibers tearing under the immense pressure. The glue bonded so well that the weakest point is now the wood, not the adhesive. That's exactly what you want to see in a high-quality glue. Compared to the budget option, this is a huge step up. The difference in performance is dramatic. The budget glue failed at the joint, but here the wood itself is the limiting factor. The joint gives way before 2,000 pounds, but the glue is still stuck to both sides of the broken wood, showing just how strong the bond really is. For most furniture, cabinets, or shelving, this mid-range glue is more than enough. It's reliable, strong, and gives you peace of mind for everyday projects. But if you're building a heavy-duty workbench or something that's going to take a real beating, you might want to consider an even stronger option. Still, the mid-range glue offers a lot more confidence than the budget stuff. It's a clear upgrade for anyone who wants their projects to last. For nearly any home project, DIY repairs, crafts, or even small furniture builds, I'd trust this glue to hold up over time. But we're not stopping here. We're after the absolute strongest glue on the market, the one that can handle the most extreme demands. If the mid-range can handle nearly 2,000 pounds before the wood gives out, what will the premium glue do? Can it push the limits even further? There's only one way to find out. Let's put it to the test. We'll prep a new joint, apply the premium glue, and see just how much force it can take before something gives. This is where things get serious, the ultimate showdown between wood and glue. Now it's time for the main event, the premium glue. This is the adhesive that claims to be the best of the best, the heavyweight champion in the world of woodworking. If you've ever wondered what separates a standard glue from a truly top-tier product, you're about to find out. This stuff boasts maximum strength, outdoor durability, and even structural use. It's designed for the toughest jobs. Think decks, outdoor furniture, or anything that needs to survive the elements and the test of time. I've prepped an identical joint, making sure every variable is controlled. Same wood, same surface prep, same cure time. This way, we get a fair comparison and can really see what this glue is capable of. Into the press it goes, ready to face the ultimate test of strength. 500, 1,000, 1,500 pounds, the joint is rock solid. The numbers keep climbing, and there's not even a hint of movement. 1,800, 1,900. We're getting close to the magic number. The tension in the room is real as the pressure keeps building. At 2,000 pounds, I expect something to give. But the joint doesn't budge. The glue is holding strong, and the wood itself is starting to show signs of stress. 2,100, 2,200, the wood groans, the press creaks, but the glue line is still flawless. It's almost like the adhesive is daring the wood to fail. At 2,300 pounds, the wood finally splinters apart. But here's the kicker. The glue bond remains completely intact, holding onto the wood fibers for dear life. The glue is actually stronger than the wood itself. The failure happens in the wood, not at the glue line. Most of the wood fibers are still stuck in the glue, showing just how deeply the adhesive penetrated and bonded. That means the adhesive didn't just sit on the surface. It's soaked into the wood grain, creating a mechanical bond that's nearly impossible to break. This is the glue you want for heirloom furniture, outdoor projects, or anything that needs to last for generations. It's the kind of performance you can trust for your most important builds. Sure, it's expensive, and you might hesitate at the price tag. But when you see this level of performance, it's easy to understand why. The premium glue is in a league of its own. It's not just a product, it's a solution for anyone who refuses to compromise on quality. Most projects don't need this kind of strength, but if you want bragging rights or you're building something to hand down, this is the glue to use. The cheap glue failed early, the mid-range was solid, but the premium glue absolutely crushed this test. it's the clear winner by a mile. That's the power of engineering and chemistry working together. When you need the best, premium glue delivers, no questions asked. For most projects, even cheap glue can work, but if strength really matters, the difference is huge. Only the premium glue survives past 2,000 pounds. Which glue do you trust? Drop your recommendations in the comments and let me know what I should test next. Thanks for watching. See you in the next.